everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our week ahead reading, and this will be for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, whether that's your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, or your cross watching. Just make sure to keep an open mind, take what resonates from these general readings and disregard the rest. And of course, be sure to watch all your signs. This is also a timeless reading, so whenever you feel drawn to watch the reading, that is when you should watch it, because that's when it holds a message for you, okay? There's also other weekly readings that are timeless on the channel. Whatever other video you may feel drawn to, go ahead and watch it, okay? There's something there for you, that's why you're drawn to it. I'm using the Radiant Wise Tarot deck, Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck, sorry, and the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. Again, this will be for Aries, Leo, Sag. I'll do the timestamps below. If you want a private reading or you want to check out the specials running, all that is below. I'm all caught up on reading, so now is a good time to order one because I can get it to you right away. And please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you if you have. I always forget to say that, so that's why I just put it on the screen. So thank you for your support. Your cards are some mess, so we're just gonna get started, okay? Let's start with Aries. Hey Aries, if you're skipping ahead, also watch the intro. There's information for you there. Let's see what's going on for Aries in the week ahead. Why are these cards jumping quite literally? What's going on for Aries in the week ahead? Okay, there we go. Ten of Pentacles as the situation, the Nine of Wands as the challenge, and the Three of Swords in the outcome. Oh, what is going on? Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, there is a long-term commitment that you have made, Aries, whether it's professional or romantic, and you have invested in it. Six of Pentacles is a card of give and take, being rewarded for your efforts. It's a balanced energy, ask and you shall receive type energy, and with it being at the bottom of the deck is your focus and your overall energy. Your focus is on, is this commitment that I've made balanced? Am I getting something out of it, or am I just putting in, getting nothing out, okay? Because with the moon under there, there's some confusion. I feel like something happened that kind of triggered something in you. It triggered you to reflect on this and to really pay attention. Is this commitment still a balanced one? Is this commitment still worth my time, my energy, my resources? Because with the challenge, we have the Nine of Wands. I feel like there's been a lot has gone on, either because it's imbalanced, you're now at a place where you're completely exhausted and you're starting to think of leaving this commitment, okay? Or too much has gone on, and it always seems to be you, the one holding it together. You're the one that fixes it. You're the one that keeps it going. Does that make sense? And you keep waiting for the other person to do the right thing, or the other party, and it's like it never happens. And with the Three of Swords, you might be taking a pause from something, taking a break, separating, doing a trial separation, or just breaking up, walking away, taking a step back from this, putting some distance between you and these people or the situation. Because it saddens you to realize that either you're being taken for granted or you're in a one-sided dynamic. This could also be where something that was promising or promised to you that was a long-term, it had long-term potential, okay? You're starting to see, you keep waiting. I feel like something was promised to you and you keep waiting to see it and it's just not coming in. And you've now started to do the math on, okay, how long have I waited for this? What have I put into the situation? I'm not getting anything back. It breaks my heart, but I have to walk away from this. It's one-sided. Okay, I'm being mistreated. I'm being taken for granted. I'm being promised things that are just never delivered upon. So you could be walking away from something or someone here, okay? So let's get more information here for Aries. 10 of Pentacles, we have the Sun. With the 9 of Wands, we have the Devil. And with the 3 of Swords, we have the 6 of Wands. Yeah, you're walking away with the Moon and the World under the Moon. Yeah, you're walking away because something is revealed to you to do with the fact that a situation is not balanced. You are being taken for granted. You invest, and it's never going to pay off. This could be a situation where you're in a commitment with someone who's acting like they're single. And there could be third parties going on, I don't know, because we also have the Devil there. Or you are waiting for someone to make a commitment to you, but they're acting like they're single with the Sun card. This is something where you're viewing it as, if we work together, if we come together, it'll be something great, it'll be something amazing. The other person or the other party, the other people involved are the Sun energy, where it's all about them. I'll get to this when I get to it, okay? And you keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and continuing to invest in this because of the promises made. But what was once a promise of a commitment of something amazing has turned into a very unhealthy thing in your life that is taking and taking and taking. It's literally a black hole. And I'm seeing you walk away from it with the 6 of Wands. It breaks your heart. You have to do this, but you're walking away because you have clarity that you just have to do what you have to do. It's the right thing to do to restore balance. It's another 6. In order to restore balance in your life, in your finances, in your health, your mental health, your emotional health, to get your independence back from whatever this is, you have to walk away from this empty promise, from this commitment that is never delivered, from this image of the happily ever after that was sold to you, but it's never delivered upon. And you're walking away from dealing with this selfish, egotistical, individual group of people. Someone who just keeps you on hold. They keep you waiting. And you have chosen to wait until now because either they had good excuses, whatever they told you, it made sense. But it's something where, again, it's been going on for a long time. The Devil doesn't pop up overnight. It's something cyclical. And with the Moon card there as well. It's something that keeps happening over and over again. And every time it happens, you get a little bit more defensive about it. Every time it happens, you get a little bit, more doubtful about it. To where you're now, see, I was looking at that Devil. Like, okay, I see you. I see you. And what am I going to do? I'm going to take my broken heart and keep walking. I'll mend my heart. That's okay. I'm not waiting for you to do so anymore. I'll figure my own way out. I'm taking back my money. I'm taking back my energy. I'm taking back my effort. And investing in myself. Because whatever this was, it was just a black hole. And it kept you stuck in this place of confusion. And you're coming to the realization that, you know what? No, I have the power. I chose to put myself on pause and continue to invest in this. I chose to give it the amount of time that I did to see if anything plays out. Just as easily, I can choose to walk away from it. I am not stuck. I don't need this in my life. Okay, so much so that I have to wait for it and just take what I can get with it. If it's a dynamic where there's a third party involved because someone's been acting like they're single, I'm seeing you walk away from a relationship, walk away from waiting for someone to commit to you because they're just going around with everyone else and just never going to commit to you. They keep making excuses, telling you they're not ready, but that's not what they're portraying, right? That's not what their behavior says. And you're turning your back and walking away, turning your back on a relationship, even a marriage. Because this is something that has been going on for forever. It's something that keeps repeating itself. And they always have an excuse, and they always have an explanation. There may be children involved, and so you felt like you're stuck doing the right thing for the children. And I can imagine that's a horrible position to be put in. However, you're coming out of this confusion. You're snapping out of this confusion of whatever they were telling you or whatever you were telling yourself because you accepted their excuses. And you're realizing that, hold on, I'm setting an example. It's not just about me and what I have to sacrifice and what I choose to sacrifice. I'm setting an example here to my children, to the people next to me. I'm teaching them that this is okay, and I feel like that's the last straw. And that's what gives you the confidence and the power to say, no, enough is enough. Toxic is toxic, and I'm not going to have it. If it's something where they keep promising you that promotion, and no matter what you do, and no matter how many hours you put in, and no matter how you bend yourself over backwards, it's just not happening. It's just not happening. But you have told yourself, it's like the devil is an energy of, you know, when you put a lot of pressure on yourself because of something, you don't know if it's going to happen or not, but you work to the presumption that it's going to happen. And so you make some excuses along the way. You make some sacrifices along the way. You rob Peter to pay Paul, because when this money comes in, I can fix everything. And then you keep working towards it to keep it going, okay? Because, okay, the money's going to come in. The money's going to come in. And you wake up one day and you snap out of it and you realize, you know what? What if the money's not coming in? I need to find something else. I need to find an alternative to this. Because I got debts to pay now. Because I got myself into debt to wait for this. Does that make sense? And you're snapping out of it, taking control, and you're like, no, I got myself into this. I can get myself out of it. It's okay. I'm done with you. I'm starting over someplace else. Okay? And good for you, Aries. Because whoever this is, whatever this is, they know exactly what they're doing, stringing you along. They know exactly what they're doing when they're giving you excuse after excuse after excuse. They know exactly that they don't mean it when they say it's never going to happen again. Yes, it will, and it's a fact. They know that, you know that, but it's like they're just saying the words now. It doesn't even matter because they know you'll stay. Because they are thinking, you'll think, oh, we have so much time invested into this. I have so much invested into this. I can't walk away. It's not that easy. Because those are things that they have told you, or those are things that they know you're telling yourself, and they're taking advantage of it. But actually, you know what? You wake up one day and you're like, you know what? I can just walk away. I'm just going to get my stuff and get myself out of here. And I'll figure the rest out along the way. I just need to get myself out. And that's it. And it breaks your heart to do so with that Three of Swords. But it's better than the alternative of keeping yourself stuck. After the Nine of Wands is the Ten of Wands. This is rock bottom, okay? And then there's the Ten of Swords. That's rock bottom. And you're seeing things exactly for what they are. And not only that, but you're choosing to free yourself from it. Okay? No more breadcrumbs. No more empty promises. No more just accepting excuses and explanations. Let's see, Oracle energy and advice for Aries for the week ahead. And I don't know if this is with work, with love life, even with family members, where it's the same dynamic, and you've got this one person, or this is the entire family, right, that is always like, Aries will take care of it, Aries will pay for it, Aries will look after it, because Aries is the eldest son, Aries is the father, Aries is the best kid in the world, right, and Aries cares about us, Aries is not going to let us down, and they just keep taking advantage, partying on your money, partying on your time, or whatever the case may be. And you're realizing that, you know what, okay, yes, they're my family, and I have, you know, I want them to do okay, but you're realizing that there's a difference between helping and enabling. And you're like, okay, they need to learn their own lessons. I'm not responsible for them. They're grown adults. We all are. And you're just putting some distance between you. Okay? Bottom of the deck, no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Absolutely. You don't need this person. You don't need whatever they're promising you. You don't have to be afraid to turn your back. Okay? Again, you have chosen to be in the situation just as easily you can choose to not be in it. And that's what you're doing. Okay? You're putting fear behind you. Yeah. They might have told you, you know, oh, don't walk away, because if you walk away now, you'll miss out on this great thing. It just needs a little bit more time. And you were afraid to walk away because what if that's true? And you're waking up and you're saying, you know what, even if it is true, I don't want it anymore. I know how powerful I am. I know what I deserve. This ain't it. This is so far from it, it's not even funny. Clock time, time, pressure, in a rush. Yeah, it's time for change. Number 14 adds up to a 5. It's time for change. It's time to stop waiting. And it's time to stop putting pressure on yourself. Because you've been putting pressure on yourself to keep yourself stuck, actually, okay? You thought you were sacrificing and working towards this accomplishment, and it turns out you were sacrificing just to keep yourself stuck. Does that make sense? Use your time well. Another time card. Use your time well. Make every moment count. This is like something has reached the end. Someone has reached the end of their time in your life. Or is the end of your time in someone else's life. Or in someone else, in a whatever dynamic this is. The end of your time with a company. The end of your time within a team. Why? Because it's just manipulation, working yourself sick with no reward, no appreciation, promises that are never delivered, excuses after excuses. And even though you viewed it as your happily ever after, you're realizing that, you know what? I can choose a different happily ever after. It's my choice. Okay? And you're coming out of whatever confusion this person has created for you. Because they have created a lot of fear. Whatever they said and whatever they've been telling you, it's created fear. Three of Swords is also fear. It's anxiety. So that you'll stay. So that you'd be too afraid to walk away. So that you'd be too afraid to turn your back. And you're realizing that, you know what? Enough is enough. I deserve better. I know who I am. I know my worth. And I'm making different choices. It's about fair partnerships and fair dynamics. If I give to you, you have to give to me. And no, I don't have to just always give you money because you're family. That's not enough anymore. That's not enough of a reason anymore. Okay? Etc. So, you're going to have to tell me what this is, but if you are dealing with this type of situation, I hope the reading helps you. Okay? Because it looks like you have finally reached that breaking point where you're now ready to shift course and be done with this. Okay? So, good for you. Okay, moving on to Leo. What's going on for Leo in the week ahead? Show me Leo in the week ahead. What is going on for Leo? Leo in the week ahead. Leo in the week ahead. The Hierophant. Judgment as the challenge. The Four of Wands and the outcome. So reconciliation here, definitely, of a relationship, of a marriage even. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So Leo, you have been living your life. This is independence. Fun, creativity, passion. Queen of Pentacles under that. Starting your own business, walking your own path. There's a choice. There's a choice. You've been walking your own path, doing your own thing. Maybe starting your business, or you're looking at changing your job. There's commitment on the table here for you with the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Challenges, the past will come knocking, and you'll have a choice to make. Do you go for the new, or do you go back to the old? Person, job, dynamic, whatever. In the outcome, we do have the Four of Wands, and I'll clarify because this is, I'm seeing it both ways. It can be a new dynamic that you're focused on, being part of a new team, taking a new job, this is a new place to live. But it could also be where you're allowing someone to come home, you're taking someone back, there's reunion, there's reconciliation. Okay, so let's get more information. For those of you, if you've been waiting on a contract, an offer, and it's been delayed, potentially to do with government institutions, the police for some of you, anything to do with religion and spirituality, I hear, teaching or education for others of you, it's been delayed because, you know, it is what it is. It's a large corporation, it's the government, everything takes time, or there's a process for everything, there's red tape, there's bureaucracy, and it's just been delayed. I do see that job offer coming through, okay, or the promotion coming through. Let's get more clarity here for Leo. So with the Hierophant, we have the King of Swords. With Judgment, we have the Eight of Cups. And with the Four of Wands, we have the Nine of Wands, which again isn't clear. The Nine of Pentacles, that's clearer. Yeah, it's split. It's because it's split. That's why they couldn't go deeper with clarification. A lot of people here. So Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the King of Cups, King of Swords. It's a lot of people. So it could be a very social week for you. You're dealing with a lot of people. I'm also getting gossip and other people's opinions. Okay. So yeah, for some of you, there's, okay, one scenario is you've been separated from this person, or you've been talking about divorce, but it's like you've been preparing for it, and because you're out the door, you're completely detached from it, but out of nowhere, here's a Hail Mary on their part, okay, or yours, vice versa, take it as it makes sense, of stay, or let's fix this. And that leaves you with the choice. It'll be different for everyone. You're going to have to choose the scenario that works for you, because for some of you, you're not giving up on this, and that's what the Four of Wands with the Nine of Wands is. I'm not giving up on this. We have invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of whatever, okay, into this. I'm not giving up with the Nine of Wands. Well, for others of you, this is where you're turning your back on a commitment, what was a commitment, because you want to be single, that's it, you've made up your mind, you're done. Okay. Same thing if it's a job situation. Okay. It was taking too long, or they were making promises but not putting them in writing, or whatever the case may be, okay? And the offer, the communication, something being made official, you being elevated, wasn't happening. As a result, you detached from it. You're like, you know what, never mind, thank you very much, thank you and good night. And you started looking for other options, other opportunities, better opportunities. Now you have another opportunity. Here they come, Hail Mary, stay, don't go. They're making you an offer. They're giving you the job or the promotion. It will be down to you to decide which one you're going to go for, okay? Because again, it's split. Some of you will say, okay, I'll stay, I'll take that role, I'll take that promotion, because you're still, it's something that you really wanted at one time or another. That's why you have the wands there. And for others of you, you're saying, you know what, no, this is something I really wanted. However, if that's what it took to get it, I don't want it. I'm going to go in this other direction. The better, the money is better. There's more stability. However, that makes sense. This could have been a temp situation and they just didn't want to make it permanent. This is a permanent role, okay? Or they kept promising you raises and whatnot in this other role and it never got delivered. This one, here it is. It's for you. It's on the contract. You don't have to fight for it. It doesn't have to be that complicated, okay? So you're choosing the more stable route, okay? So it'll be different for everyone. But basically, you got a choice to make. Okay, Leo? You got a choice to make. With all these people here, I will say, because the Hierophant is also family pressure, tradition, pressure from tradition, societal pressure, pressure from community, pressure to do things same old way, because that's just how you do things, etc. Pressure to conform someone else's view. So I will say, whatever you're choosing, just make sure it's what you want to do. Okay? Don't listen to gossip. Don't listen to other people's opinions. Do what you want to do. You already know what that is. Okay? Follow through is the message here. So it's kind of short and to the point. You have a choice to make between something that you were really passionate about, you really wanted, it just kept disappointing you over and over again. And here's this other opportunity that's more secure. It's a safer situation. It's definitely more stable. It's not as complicated. You don't have to fight for it as badly or as much. You know what I mean? It's not about that. And someone's doing a Hail Mary. So you're really going to have to decide what you want to do. What I would say is, if it took this to get that opportunity, if it took this long and this much effort and this much pain and disappointment on your part, what do you think is going to happen next time you want to develop, next time you want to advance? Do you know what I mean? You really want to go through this all over again? They've already showed you their true colors. Do you know what I mean? And alternatively, if it's a dynamic where it just involves you and your own relationship or your own little family, and it's something you feel you have to do, give something one more chance, etc., then it just means don't let your extended family or community dictate or guilt you or pressure you into doing what they think you should do, okay? Obviously, make sure you're in a safe situation. I'm not seeing any sort of abuse here. That's why I can say that. If there's any abuse involved, obviously, keep it popping, keep walking. Choose the healthier dynamic. But if it's a case where they just don't like the person you're with for whatever reason, or every time they disappointed you, they disappointed your family as well, but you feel like, you have to give this one more shot, one last shot, or whatever the case may be, the message is, so long as it's a healthy situation or there's nothing toxic, there's no abuse, okay? If you feel like there's something more there before you're ready to walk away from it, you have to follow your heart, okay, and get the information you need to get. If you really want to test it out and see if you are rare and free. There are not many like you. Yeah, so it's about you. Bring it down to you. Your decision. It's your decision, okay? Don't listen to other people. They may mean well, some of them not so much, and they just want to play on your fears and your doubts. It's always tea time. Eternity, endless moments, repetition. Definitely dealing with someone from the past or something from the past that's not quite ready to let you go. If you want to repeat that cycle, that's up to you. If you don't, you have something better to go to, okay? Trust me. Use your time well and never jam today. Promises that never come to be. Empty words and not living in the now. Yeah, this is what you're walking away from. This is what you have decided to put your foot down on and be like, you know what? No. You keep saying things, but when it's time to put them in writing, it's never happening. You're always saying things, but when it's time to make it official, I'm kept waiting. It's never happening. You give me excuses. You give me one thing after the other. Okay? One thing after the other. Endless repetition. Same old, all the time. And this is like, that's it. Time's up. Time's up. Okay? You did not use the time I gave you. You did not use the chances I gave you to turn things around. I'm done waiting. Okay? For a lot of you, that will be the case. You're turning your back and you're walking away from this, because even if they do want to deliver this as that Hail Mary, again, you're thinking, you know what? It took this much to get something that I deserved? Seriously? I had to fight this hard for you to acknowledge that that's what I deserved? Then no thank you. Okay? I don't want a future like that. No thank you. For most of you, I do feel like you're freeing yourself from a dynamic, from a commitment, because you've learned your own value and your own worth, okay? You have had, with the Judgment card here, an epiphany. You've seen this for a while. You just never had the confidence to act on it, okay? And it was easier, or whatever the reason was, to keep waiting, to keep giving it chance, to keep giving it time. And now, because there's a different opportunity on the table, or because actually you're spending some time with friends and family, or you're socializing or getting yourself out there, and you're thinking, you know what, this is what I want. Whatever the other situation was that I was waiting on, it's too demanding, too taxing, too much went into it for too little result, or none at all. And I do feel like this is freeing yourself, taking your power back. This is independence, self-sufficiency, following your own path, freedom. Okay? Because someone took too long to treat you right, or time's up. You've just given them too much time and too many chances, and they're still not delivering. Time's up. Okay? So, you tell me what that's about, but I hope the reading helps you if you are dealing with that situation. Okay, and moving on to Sagittarius. Hey Sagittarius, thank you for joining us. As always, if you're skipping ahead, just make sure to watch the intro as well. And let's see what's going on for Sagittarius in the week ahead. What's going on for Sagittarius in the week ahead? Happy birthday, Sagittarius, by the way. What's going on for Sagittarius in the week ahead? Okay. Nine of Swords, Four of Cups as the challenge, the Ten of Wands and the outcome, the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. What in the world is happening? Okay. Sagittarius, it's time to take matters into your own hands. Why? Because your challenge is to stop waiting. Stop waiting for whoever to treat you right. Stop waiting for this other person to see your worth. Stop waiting for this other person to keep their word to you. Stop waiting for things to get better in this situation. Stop waiting for the person to come back. It's time to take things into your own hands, okay? And I feel like there's going to be some sort of a last straw type of dynamic happening this week, because you're currently sitting in the Nine of Swords energy. You're stressing over this. Stressing. What am I going to do? Why is this not happening yet? Where is this going? Why haven't I heard back? Okay, what am I going to do? This is too much. This is also an energy of you have been offered a way out, but you're afraid to take it. Where that's going to go is the Ten of Wands, that last straw moment, because the Ten of Wands is, that's it. You can't do it. You can't do this anymore. It's done. Okay? This is as far as it goes. This is where you're overwhelmed, overworked, stuck. With the Nine of Swords, it could be that you're experiencing health issues because of this situation, because it's too much, and because you have not been taking action. You've been offered a way out. You've been offered an alternative. You have been, even if that's advice from someone saying, you know what, walk away from this, or change your job, or walk away from this person, or stop talking to him, or whatever it is. Even look after yourself better. Set some boundaries. Okay? Even if it was advice, you were offered an alternative. You were offered a solution. But with the Four of Cups, you have not been taking it, and that's your challenge. You have not been taking it. There's an energy of waiting. Either because, what if there's something better out there than what is offered to me? I don't want to miss out on anything. Or I don't want to walk away from this, because what if it's just about to turn good, right? What if it's just about to turn around? Or what if it's just about to go in my favor? And you've just been in your head about it, afraid to take any sort of action, despite the fact that you knew something's got to change, something's got to give. You didn't want to be the one to take action because you were afraid of making the wrong decision. And now you might be experiencing some health issues, God forbid, but if you are, it's most likely to do with stress, being overworked, exhaustion, And I feel like that's the last straw for you with the Knight of Swords, where you're saying, okay, that's it. Enough is enough. The Knight of Swords is not taking any prisoners. The Knight of Swords is, that's it, I've had it. This needs to happen and it's going to happen. I'm getting this done. I'm not waiting on you anymore, etc. Okay? Take no prisoners kind of attitude. Let's get more on this for Sagittarius. The Nine of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. Four of Cups, the Strength card, keeping yourself stuck. Ten of Wands is the Empress. Under the Knight of Swords, we have the Seven of Wands. Yeah. That's it. You're done. You're like, I'm going to fight for what I want. Four of Wands. For some of you, you had an idea or even an offer presented to you with the Page of Pentacles. And you've been stressing as to whether or not you should take it. Your challenge is you've been keeping yourself stuck with the Strength card. This is where we temper ourselves, we control ourselves, we hold ourselves back. But this has been blocking you from your abundance with the Empress energy. This has been blocking you from your abundance. It's also been keeping you from seeing your own worth and keeping you from seeing your own power, your own capability. For some of you, this is about starting your own business, and you've been overworked and overworking yourself by doing both a job, the job you were in, and your business. Okay? You knew something's got to give. You have to make a change. You love what you do in terms of your business, but you were struggling to release this other job for fear of what if it's not going to be a secure thing? What if it's not going to be a profitable thing? However, it has proved itself to be profitable already. Okay, this is where you have already seen results. You've already seen finances increasing when it comes to this business. But you have been struggling to release, you've been struggling to end one thing to fully invest in your business. And that's why you're overworked, you're exhausted, potentially dealing with some health issues. It's because it's like the universe is physically stopping you from being able to do anything else so that you have time to really realize where you are, what you're doing, what you want to do next. To realize what's worth it and what's not. When we experience health issues, we have a way of kind of sobering up, don't we? We have a way of seeing, you know what, this job isn't worth it. I'm sick because of this job and what I've put into it. And do you know what? It's not worth it. But then when we get better, we just kind of go back into it because we're afraid of making change, right? And that's what I feel like has been going on here. This is your time to put a stop to it, to take your power back, and to choose what you're going to invest in. Queen of Pentacles with the Four of Wands. It's a home-based business for a lot of you. Okay? For others of you, you've received an offer. You're afraid of making the wrong choice. And you're overthinking to the point where you're not seeing where you're going. And you're not seeing your worth and what you deserve. It's time to snap out of it, Sagittarius. It's time to see your worth with the Empress there. I feel like there's an offer made, but it's small. It's much less than what you deserve. You're afraid to say no to this offer because you're not acknowledging that you deserve more. It's like you're afraid to stand up for yourself and say, that's not enough. Can you top that? Okay, so it's time to put your ruthless hat on and accept nothing less than you deserve. No questions asked. No explanations needed. If it's not enough, it's not enough, and it never will be. Okay? And take that for how it makes sense to you. If it's about a person, if it's about a job dynamic, what is offered is much less than you deserve, and you know it. And it's time to stop accepting breadcrumbs. That's what this is. They're giving you a little bit just to keep you there. But it's so far from what you deserve. But because you're accepting it, you're keeping yourself stuck. But by doing that, you're burdening yourself. And again, you're keeping yourself stuck. This is a time to be ruthless. If it's less than I deserve, it's less than I deserve. I'm giving you one chance to top it and make it right. You're not making it right, I'm out of here. No questions asked, no explanations needed. Okay? That's what you need to do. That's where you need to be in terms of mindset. I know my worth, and I know you know my worth. So why are you coming to me with this page, tiny little offer that's more a conversation than an offer, right? When you know I deserve that job, I deserve that promotion, I deserve that stability, I deserve whatever that is, that recognition. You're either giving it to me or I'm out the door. No questions asked. Don't be afraid that you're not going to find something else. You're only afraid because you're not acknowledging your worth. Take a step back and see yourself honestly. See yourself, look at yourself honestly. Okay? You have education, you have qualifications, you have experience. You're a great person. You have people skills. Do you know what I mean? So start looking at things fairly. This is not blowing smoke up your own behind, but be fair to yourself. Don't just see the bad. Don't just see the insecurities. Don't just look at the fear and give them attention. Okay? Be fair. There's a lot more good than there is bad. There's a lot more plus positive reasons to, be appreciated and value than there are reasons to feel like, oh, maybe I should just sit down, put my head down, and shut up because I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? So stop putting yourself down, Sagittarius. Come on now. Oracle energy and advice for Sagittarius for the week ahead. Oracle energy and advice for Sagittarius for the week ahead. Okay, so that one's coming out. Oracle energy and advice. Oh, you get 3 cards. Bottom of the deck. A moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. You're afraid. You have so many fears. But it's like there's no reason for them. It's just, you know what I mean? Nostalgia is an energy of idealizing something. But you're just seeing one side of it. Does that make sense? And where, when you look back at a relationship and you only see the good, and you start missing the relationship and missing the person and starting to feel like, oh my God, it was the best thing in my life, because you only remember the good. And then you go chasing after it, you get it, and you remember all the bad that came with it. You're doing that, but a little bit in reverse, where you're just looking at reasons where you're not good enough. Okay? Maybe even beating yourself up over past decisions. And you're using that as proof that you're not good enough and you should not be trusted to make your own decisions. Do you know what I mean? You're like punishing yourself when you were young and inexperienced and you made some decisions that maybe didn't pan out, but you know what? Did you learn from them? Yes, you did. So how are they mistakes? They made you who you are today, and you're awesome. It's time for you to see that. So we have 40, keeping up, immense effort, and advance. You're trying to progress a situation or stay in a situation, and it's taking too much from you. 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords. It's taking too much to stay in the situation. Why? Because you're not supposed to stay there. And it's like all the effort that you're putting into it, you think you're putting it towards progressing it, but you're actually making a lot of effort to stay stuck. It's time for change. Okay? I want to be a queen. Come on now. Stating your sovereignty. Declaring freedom. Passing the test. Declaring freedom. Declaring, you know what? I'm better than this. You're taking your power back. I want to be a queen. You are a queen already. You just have to act like it, and then others will treat you like it. If you know you're a queen, but you're behaving like a page, they'll treat you like a page. They'll offer you something they'd offer a page, not a queen. Let alone an empress. Okay? Nature communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. So this is an energy telling you that you've been receiving signs and symbols and spiritual, I hear spiritual communication. That means signs, synchronicities, symbols, dreams. They've tried to tell you, they've been telling you, your angels, you guys, the universe. They've been telling you. Fairies, if you believe in fairies and you work with nature spirits and stuff, they've been telling you, they've been showing you. But you've been holding back because of insecurity. And this is it, Sagittarius, this is it. No more. It's time to see yourself as the beautiful queen, king, emperor, empress, royalty, okay, that you are in your own life, because you have a lot to offer and you deserve to be treated as such. Okay? You can do whatever you set your mind to. That's true for all of us, but especially you at this time. So it's time to stop accepting breadcrumbs when you know what you should be doing. You really do. You know your idea is a success. You know you're better off on your own. Okay? So I'll leave it there for you. Just know that you will be treated the way you allow people to treat you. That's all I can say here, okay? If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything, okay? So I'll leave you with that. Some very intense lessons coming up for all the signs really this week. So I hope this helps you. I genuinely do, okay? Let me know in the comments below. But I hope you have an amazing week. Make the most of the energy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.